What's going on, guys? XQ420 here. You know what the deal is. I got the hat backwards, got this thing trimmed up right for you. Keeping it right, keeping it tight. As always, burner strapped up. First time to the channel. You know what to do. Smash that subscribe button for me. Today's video. Chief of Police in Seattle said, "Buh, y'all on your own now." Let's jump into this. All right, article right here from the Blaze. Seattle City Council ties cops' hands so police chief is forced to tell business owners they're on their own against riders. It said, "Look, bruh, I'm sorry, but I can't do nothing. Man, I can't just go out here and start shooting folks. I can't use nothing else right now." So we're gonna jump into this article right here. So they said, roving bands of looters are now officially the problem of Seattle business owners and not that of Seattle police. Now, we remember the old Chaz Chop, what I call it, the old Chop Flop. You know, that got disbanded once they went over there to Mayor Durkin's doorstep, start showing her a little love. She immediately got that broken up. And, you know, they had been somewhat settled down for a while, but now they done railed back up. They back on the scene now, causing a little mayhem. They said, "Look, you might have kicked us out of there, but we got a little bit more for you." So they said, Seattle's police chief, Carmen Best, sent out a letter dated July 24th detailing the new ordinance that prohibits Seattle police officers from using less lethal tools, including pepper spray, to disperse any angry mobs. The ordinance can be read here. And so, I mean, you talk about not being able to use your tear gas, your pepper spray, your rubber bullets. I mean, what are you gonna use? Are you just gonna tell? Can y'all please not burn down that building, please, sir. Dang. All right, well, I tried. I'm gonna go over here and try to ask these people if they'll stop doing what they're doing. Hey, look, these folks are still violent. They throwing firecrackers at the fellas out there. I seen in Portland, they using these high-powered lasers trying to blind them. Folks got grind saws, people burning stuff down, and it's just like, hey, man, look, you're gonna have to disperse with that non-lethal force. So all that leaves is lethal force, and you know, you can't just go out there and just start shooting up a whole bunch of folks, man. You're going to have some problems on your hands then. But, I mean, if they can't use a non-lethal, they can't use a lethal, then they might as well just go to the house. Just say, "Bud, we're going to go get some donuts and head on down to the crib. Because I can't do nothing else. What am I going to do? I'm going to get my megaphone and just say, hey, break it up, guys. Break up the melee." I mean, that's all you got. So it said, Best wrote, "Please know that the Seattle Police Department is committed to addressing life safety incidents and calls for service and responding to ongoing demonstrations and unrest in the city." It's like we trying to go out there, but I mean, we just kind of out there. I guess they can have a stick with them. I mean, now you got to get into the scrums melee. These boys shooting off fireworks and all kind of stuff. You see the people in the crowd. They ain't got no rules. You know what I'm saying? They ain't got nothing holding them back, so they can be as lethal as they want to be. You know what I'm saying? And when you hamstring cops like this, bud, all you got ensuing is just chaos. That's it. So they said the letter, which emerged on social media, reads, "Please also know that the City Council Ordinance 119805 crowd control tool goes into effect this weekend on Sunday, July 26, 2020. So it just kicked off Sunday. So from here on out, but they just screwed. I mean, they straight up screwed. Now, it was already tough enough trying to handle the fellows out there, and now I can't use no non-lethal tools to at least get them to disperse, at least get them to back up. What am I gonna do now? So they said this ordinance bans Seattle police officers the use of less lethal tools, including pepper spray that is commonly used to disperse crowds that have turned violent. Now, some pepper spray, but I mean, that'll shut you down pretty quick when you can't see. And so you gonna move on from there. You know, yeah, I'd be burning up. You'd be like, that's it. A little tear gas, choke the fellas up, some rubber bullets. It won't kill you, but you're gonna feel the pain. You're gonna be like, I'm moving on. I ain't sticking around for this nonsense. I'm getting peppered out here and it don't feel good. It says, simply put, the legislation gives officers no ability to safely intercede to preserve property in the midst of a large violent crowd. So exactly, you can't be safe because you can't just go start shooting folks. Man, I mean, you want to talk about the backlash from that. Everybody always like defend the police, man. Get the police out of here. We don't want him, man. That's all I hear. I'm like, bud. I said, man, all you got is just chaos. You ain't got no cops out there handling their business. It's like, man, you don't want that kind of drama. And all that does is just leave people who were just law-abiding citizens. He just leaves them out there on an island, bud. And I mean, there ain't nobody coming there to save them. Zombie island is what you own, and you're out there alone. So this is the letter continue. It is important to bring to your attention that yesterday I sent the city council a letter ensuring them that as the chief of police, I have done my due diligence of informing them numerous times of the foreseeable impact of this ordinance on the upcoming events. The letter is attached for your reference. So she's saying right now, I said, look, I've been trying to beg and plead with the city council and say, look now, I mean, we got to be able to do something. Otherwise, we ain't gonna have nothing left out here. Stuff be burned to ash. I mean, that's what it'll be. And I'm glad that y'all gonna be all right. You see, they got their private security. They got folks out there with weapons. If you try to go up in their place, they'll drop you. But everywhere else is all good. Just let it ride. Just let it ride. It's all good. We just ain't in a really tough time. Got stuff closed down for COVID. Now you open back up. And the folks come in there and burn your place to the ground. It's like, what has happened, man? I was like, man, the direction we heading in, woo! But it ain't no good for nobody. That's all I got to say. So they said, for these reasons, Seattle Police will have an adjusted deployment in response to any demonstrations this weekend, as I will never ask our officers to risk their personal safety to protect property without the tools to do so in a safe way. And so you see this letter right here that she sent out to the actual business owners. Now, she sent this directly out to the business owner and residents. Said, go leave it in the mailbox, go staple it on the door, leave a flyer out. I'm letting you know, man, I suggest you have a weapon on you. And if you got to, you might as well just go on and use it. Because, I can't do nothing. So now we're going to leave it in the citizens' hands. And look, if you feel like you're getting threatened, hey, if you want to see bodies start piling up, y'all better get a hold on this now. You start seeing bodies pile up, and then you be like, well, man, why are they doing that, man? Well, I don't know. Maybe because you didn't let the police do the job. So, folks, you see, we got record gun sales in, like, the history of the world ever. Folks buying guns left and right, buying the brass. They said, man, I need plenty of brass right now because I might have to go out there and show some folks what's good. And like I said, I ain't condoning violence, but hey, when they come to your doorstep, when the mob comes to your doorstep, but they don't care. They'll go in there and rush you. They'll kill you, and that'll be it. So you got to do what you got to do to protect you and your family. So they said police chiefs refuse to put officers at risk, and I don't blame her on that, because you just sending officers out there just to flat out die, get hurt and all that stuff. They ain't got nothing to defend themselves with. It said in a Thursday letter to the city council, Beth says she believes it has tied the hands of the Seattle Police Department. Spot on. They straight up tied behind their back. They got their feet zip tied too. They having to waddle where they going. Says she wrote, it is in fact that there are groups of individuals who are intent on destruction in our city. Yeah, pretty much all your Democratic cities right now, they in a blaze. If you in a Democratic city, the crime is going out the wazoo. Because folks are just allowed to do what they want to do. But you know what you can't do? You can't go work out at the gym because you're going to kill a whole bunch of folks, right? No, don't go to the gym. You're going to end up killing a whole bunch of folks. Oh, how dare you go sit in a restaurant and eat? Don't you know coronavirus is going on? You know how many people you're going to kill? What's wrong with you, man? Don't you love life? Don't you want to save lives? See, yeah, I do. But how about you handle your business out here and get these hoodlums out the street? And thank you. It said, yes, we've also seen weeks of peaceful demonstrations, but two recent events, Sunday, July 19th and Wednesday, July 22nd, have included wide-scale property destruction and attacks on officers, injuring more than a dozen, some significantly. Now, I got a friend at work. He his actual some of his not his folks, but some of his wife's folks, they actually caught a ferry and went across there and actually FaceTimed them live so they could show them what was going on out there. It's kind of dangerous. It's like, bud, it's crazy out here, man. Folks throwing stuff, firecrackers going off. You got people slinging stuff all the street, graffiti everywhere, folks doing what they want to. Lawless nation. That's all it is. They trying to bring Chaz Chop back. Well, we know it's a flop. That's all it is. So they said, Bess added that she anticipates the city will continue experiencing property destruction, arson, looting, and attempts to injure additional officers throughout the weekend and beyond. Now, when is it going to get to the point where, officers and stuff, they just get tired of it? And I mean, like I said, man, if you don't want to see a body count, man, they need to get this under control quick. Because, I mean, but folks going to get tired of it, and it's just going to start being bodies piled up. And I mean, I ain't going to have nothing to say. I'm going to be like, I mean, I told you. I mean, that's all I'm going to be able to say. I mean, I told you. I mean, y'all got to get this under control. Because, I mean, folks are getting tired of it, but. So she explained that deploying the police under these circumstances has, as created by council, we cannot manage demonstrations as we have in the past. Exactly. So they can get overran, and I mean they got to back up because what are they gonna do? So if I'm not allowed to lawfully equip officers with the tools they have been trained to use to protect the community and themselves, it would be reckless to have them confront this level of violence under the current legal restrictions imposed by the council. So we see that right there. I mean, she came out just as plainly as she could and was like, "Look, I can't send them out there. I mean, or I can send them out there just to, hopefully some folks will calm down just because they see the cops out there. But that ain't the case because they know their hands are tied." So in closing on this, Seattle, I thought y'all were getting stuff together. I mean, I really did. But it's done devolved again quick. I guess those folks saw what was happening in Portland, or maybe Portland sent some of that Kool-Aid they've been drinking back over to Seattle. Seattle had finally got off the Kool-Aid, and Portland done sent some over there to them through the grapevine. They said, "Man, drink some of this Kool-Aid." And then it went in there rage mode. You got a bunch of zombies out there running in the walls and stuff. You got some straight up 28 days later out there, just chaos, bud. So, what do y'all think about it? I mean, I ain't heard nothing from Mayor Durkin. Durkin, what are you doing? I mean, like I said, but she was quick to disband something when they came to her house. But now that they ain't her house no more, oh, it's all good. Just continue to tear stuff up. City council, what are y'all doing? I mean, but y'all just this is destroying lives. But these folks that get their business stuff ruined, man, a lot of these folks ain't recovering. You don't get it. This is gonna hurt generations to come. I mean, we devolving into something. I don't know what we look like now, man. This is like the Twilight Zone. This is like Tales from the Crypt. All kind of stuff. We got the Skeletor out there. He laughing. It's like, man, what is happening? So, I mean, I want to know what y'all's thoughts are about it in the comments below. I appreciate everybody for being here. As always, like, share, subscribe. Click that notification bell so you know when I post. I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace out.